So, hey everyone, it is Andrew, and I'm here today to open up a little bit of box of cards right here. This Lord of the Rings collector booster box, and this is a very special day for a couple of reasons, several reasons, as a matter of fact. One, first off, being they're selling out of this product. There's not that many left of these collector booster boxes. I mean, you can't really find them in too many places, and the boosters are getting a little hard to open. So this might be the last Lord of the Rings product I get to open, so that's special. Number two. I have found myself a very small part of a cast of Chicago Shakespeare Theater's Lord of the Rings, a musical tale. And I wanted to celebrate that. I'm doing some understudying, get to understudy Gollum and Elrond and Saruman and Bilbo and Steward of Gondor, and I wanted to have a little fun to celebrate that. And most importantly, this is a very, very special day because I am joined by one of my oldest and best friends. He is the co-creator and pillar of Grimstone Gaming, a new YouTube channel focused on tabletop RPGs and what have you. He is a Renaissance man, altogether a wonderful fella, great actor, and you know him perhaps from the North Carolina film scene. Just a great guy to have around. Michael Williams. Michael Williams, say hello to the people.
Hi, people. Pleasure to be here.
A man of words. As I mentioned, he is a Renaissance
Oh,
man,
yeah.
and he is also a man of words.
There it is.
So
I
I brought Michael in because he does not play Magic, do you, Michael?
I do not. I can go into why I don't play Magic, but I do not.
We don't want to be negative on this channel.
No, no,
Uh,
no. Honestly, I'm really glad to be here because with what we're planning on doing with Grimstone Gaming overall, it is inevitable that we will at some point be playing Magic the Gathering.
sure,
So
sure.
I'm not like
I remember,
against it. I'm not, it's
yeah,
just my past with the game was not super pleasant, and I just never picked it back up.
yeah. If I remember correctly, you played Yu-Gi-Oh a little bit.
I
You and
played
Owen were into
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yu-Gi-Oh. Me and Nick
I
were into Magic.
Yeah, I played Yu-Gi-Oh! I played the Pokemon TCG way back in the day. I was a gym leader. I played the Digimon TCG, and I played another card game called Way of the Five Rings.
Oh, Legend of the Five Rings.
Or no, Legend of the Five Rings. Way of
Yeah,
Five Rings is the book. But yeah, I played that one a bit. And I feel like there was a Gundam card game.
yeah. MS War.
Yeah, we used to
Oh, I
play
forgot
that.
all
And it,
about
it
that
wasn't
one.
great. It
No, it wasn't.
it wasn't great. But we did play it. And that
Yeah,
counts
yeah, yeah.
too.
Cool, cool.
Yeah.
So I brought Michael in because he is a big fan of Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
So he's going to have his outsider's take on what we get here today. And he's going to give the insider's take. I think he's more
And
steeped in the lore than I am. He'll have much deeper cuts than I do.
as memory serves, when we were in high school, we dressed up to go see Lord of the Rings.
I dress up
Well,
is a bit of a stretch.
we had
Okay,
cloaks
I made brooches. I made brooches for us all. Have fellowship brooches.
and brooches.
Yeah. That took a while. Okay, I'm pretty proud of those.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
Was it Return of the King that we saw?
I think it was Return of the King because
Yeah,
yeah, I feel like it was Return of the King.
yeah. Good memories. Absolutely good memories.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
And you and Justin did a scene from The Hobbit in the coffee house.
That's right. We did the Riddles in the Dark scene
Yeah,
transposed from the 70s animated film.
which I ripped off completely for my Gollum audition. That is
Of course you
purely
did.
where I got all of my material.
Of course. Yeah, why wouldn't you? It's there.
Right.
I I actually love that iteration of Gollum in that animated movie because he's just he's like a murderous Eeyore basically.
And here's when me and another understudy were talking, is like everybody knows the Andy Serkis Gollum, but there
Right.
are other versions out there, and I'm not
Yeah.
familiar. I should probably check one out just to see what it's like, what Gollum was before he was Gollum. You know?
Yeah. There is actually a wealth of artwork. I mean, it's Lord of the Rings, and there's some really genuinely different takes on what he looked like. And yeah, it was one of my favorite characters. My mother to this day still insists on me doing a Gollum impression, usually when we get together.
Yeah.
Uh,
What if you do it
uh,
good? Yeah.
yeah, so yeah,
I would ask my principal to do the impression any opportunity guy because he's good at it. He's real good.
yeah,
Tony is
I, I
real nice.
I do enjoy that impression.
Well, good. So we're gonna be doing this today. So what's going on with this right here? What are we looking for? Now, obviously a one ring. One Ring
Mm.
is would be great. Any version of those going for like $70-$80. So that
Ooh.
would be good. But more importantly and more interestingly, there are the Soul Rings, styled in the Rings of Power style. For those of you who don't know, there are two different versions. There are serialized that has a little serial number on them. For the Rings of Elves, there are 300 printed in the world. The Rings of Dwarves, there are 500 printed all over the world, and 900 of the Rings of Men printed all over the world. And there are non-serialized versions of those, 3,000, 5,000, and 9,000 printed all over the world. So there may be some still out there. There may be some unaccounted for. I don't know. That would be a coup. That would be the most wonderful thing we could pull. So a Ring of Power in here. So those are the big ones. Obviously the rings are the biggest ones that we're looking for there. There are plenty of other really good ones. Some of the commander cards, mostly lands, that are really great. You've got the Pillars of Argonath, which is really good. Paths of the Dead were really nice. You're going for about $50 a piece on those, and several other ones. I myself, I didn't get a Sauron yet, so I'm interested to find a Sauron. And another Palantir would be nice if I could find that. So that is generally what we're hoping to get out of here. But again, I'm just glad to get something out of this because the mechanics were really fun. The ring tempts you mechanic was really nice. And Michael, feel free to ask any questions you want if you're curious.
Oh, sure.
About whatever I'm saying. Michael, did you follow the One Ring saga? Did I tell you about it?
No.
There was a single printing of the One Ring that was serialized number 1 out of 1. There was only
Wow.
one of them printed in the entire world.
Wow.
Only in English booster packs, but only one. And so when this set got released, it was like, who's gonna find the actual literal One Ring card? And some guy somewhere found it, and he sold it to Post Malone for $2 million.
Jesus.
Or was it 3 million? I can't remember. You're right.
Sorry, I had to swallow some vomit.
I mean, once you get past Post Malone being Post Malone, he actually seems like a kind of a cool guy.
Yeah, fair.
He loves magic. He absolutely loves magic. So I think it
Yeah, I
couldn't have
do.
gone to a better.
I have seen that. I have seen
Yeah.
that.
So that's out of the wild. But again, the serialized Soul Rings and the Style of Rings of Power. Who's to say if there are any of those still out there? So cool. So what we're gonna do today, actually, and Michael doesn't know this, I'm gonna ask you to do something for me, Michael.
Oh,
I have typed in the chat here. If you open up your chat, those
okay.
are some of the cards that we're looking for that would be nice to get. And what I want you to do, Michael, is while you're watching, as you have time, I want you to come up with a pithy catchphrase or a call out. So if I pull one of these cards, I'm going to throw it to you, and you're going to give me that phrase. If you haven't written anything, you'll just say something, right? So
Okay.
yeah, see if you can come up with something like Palantir up in here, or Frodo, no, he didn't, something like that.
Okay. I dig
I
it.
trust
I'm into
you
it.
completely to come up with some gold.
All right.
Okay,
I'm
just as
into
you
it.
have time again.
All
Great.
right.
So without further ado, let's get going, huh? Yeah? Sound good?
Sounds great. I'm here for it. Let's do it.
Okay.
I am super excited to see more of the artwork. I've seen some of it, and because I follow
Yeah.
there's the D&D TikTok is Magic the Gathering adjacent. So there are some people who follow the Grimstone page and who follow me, and I follow that
Hmm.
they do a little bit of both. And I have seen some of the artwork. Like I saw the one of the Aragorn card
Yeah,
and
there's 2 or 3.
Arwen and Gandalf, and like I would love to have a Gandalf card just to have because he's my
There are
favorite
4
wizard.
different kinds. If I pull one of the uncommon ones, I'll send it to you, my friend.
Oh, beautiful. You're too kind.
But
There's also a
of course,
Fallout version. Didn't you
yep,
tell me
just
about
came
that?
out. Yeah, I played a
Yeah.
game with Joe, my friend Joe from grad school. He bought a precon and he played with that. We
Nice.
did the dog meat precon.
And
And
did you tell me that there was a Jurassic Park one coming?
there was a subset of Jurassic Park cards. There was like a secret lair that had some that had all the hits, had your Ian Malcolms, and all the Tyrannosauruses. So yeah, that
I
had came. It's out
I
there.
kind
Not
of
terribly expensive.
I kind of love this idea of making this unhinged like multiverse cross dimension magic
It's
deck.
It's extremely divisive among the community. Some people think it just corrupts the entire sphere, but some people are just like, let's have fun with this. They talk about how the magic rules are so malleable that you can put any property into it and use the rules in a particular way, and it'll make complete sense. And that does make complete sense.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I have very much become like a nothing is sacred when it comes to especially like pop culture kind of stuff. And being in the D&D community, you get the same kind of purists who will frown on home brewing and or frown on, not following rules as written and things like that. And I'm all for it. When I was younger, I guess I kind of had could understand that mentality a little bit. Like I like to point to the movie A Knight's Tale because when
Oh
that
yeah,
movie
yeah,
first came out, I didn't really like it all that much because the soundtrack really took me out of it. But
yeah.
as I got older and learned to appreciate like the other elements of it, like it's that movie's impeccable.
Yeah.
Uh, I
And you
think it's
start to
cool. I
learn to
think,
appreciate Baz Luhrmann's Romeo and
and
Juliet.
while I completely acknowledge the egregious cash grab of using popular franchises and trademarks, it might be something that gets more people into the game. And while that may bother some of the purists, that's always better for the games themselves when
Yeah, use
people
your
are playing
imagination.
them.
All right, so I didn't know where there was going to be a box topper in this one. Special extra card that got thrown in there. These are the realms and relics, artifacts and lands. So let's
Okay.
see what we got here. Boom. The Dead Marshes. Oh, this is a nice one. Each land is a
Nice.
swamp in addition to other land types. So sweeping every land is a swamp. In addition to, so they make black mana on top of that. So that's nice. That's nice. Good start. Good starts.
Oh, that's one of my cards.
One of yours?
Yeah, well, no, that's on the list. You need a tagline.
Oh shit! Yeah, come on. What up?
Yeah, yeah. The worst thing in the dead marshes isn't the ghosts of the dead elves and men. It's the ghosts of the leeches.
Watch out for those leashes, folks.
Watch out for those ghost leeches.
You can't pick them off. Your
You
life just
just you
goes straight
can't.
through
They're just there. You have to find a ghost lighter. You know how rare those are in friggin' Mordor.
them. Yeah, Ghost Hunter and Mordor. Right. Meriadoc Brundibok. Mm-hmm. Ooh,
Mm,
there's your first Aragorn, your uncommon
nice,
Aragorn, Strider Ranger of the North. Whenever
beautiful,
land enters the battlefield under your control, targeted creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn, or can gain first strike. So he helps out his friends.
solid.
I was not a huge fan of these lands that were the map. With the Middle Earth map, they're a little hard to discern what it really is, but they're
Oh
fine.
yeah,
They're okay.
I can understand it
Boom!
from a design standpoint, but I really do like that artwork. Oh snap! Is that
Two in a row,
shiny? I
two in a
can't.
single pack. What do you got for Call of the Ring, my friend? Go.
Whoa! Call of the Ring. Uh, it you have to accept the charges. Trust me.
Accept those chargers, then that Call of the Ring comes. Nice. Goldbear River Daughter, very useful. You can move around counters with this one. Very, very neat. I have one of them. Two is nice to have. Not familiar with this character. Are you familiar with this character?
Goldberry.
Yeah.
I think that's Tom Bombadil's wife,
Oh, his wife. Oh, I thought he struck me as a single man.
and she's like a goddess,
Cool.
and she's giant. I think.
She seems it. She seems it on the
I'm
card.
pretty sure. Pretty sure.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I've
Giantess.
yeah.
Right, Samwise.
Nice.
This showcase treatment with the ring all around there, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And the Samwise cards look really nice.
The
There's
artwork
another one
is
where
just
he's
is astounding. My Magic has never disappointed when it came to the artwork, but I like that there's some variance in some of these designs. I love the artwork outside of the box.
oh
Uh,
yeah,
yeah, I
they've been
think
doing a
that's cool.
lot of that
Oh,
lately. The extended arts, and those ones get a couple extra buffs.
yeah.
Pippin's bravery. Ooh, Storm of Saruman. I actually gave one of these away when I first got these cards. This is pretty good because they're doing a lot of copying spells lately, and this is doing just that. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, copy it, except it isn't legendary. It can be anything, any spell you cast. It's usually a lot of times it's instant or sorceries, but you can copy any friggin' spell, and it has Ward 3. This thing ain't going anywhere when you put that down. Very nice, very
Cool.
nice. Really nice first pack. Really nice.
Yeah.
Keep it moving. It's not. It's we're gonna peak there, aren't we?
A little bit.
Breaking the Fellowship. I have a problem with this card because it says target creature an opponent controls deals damage equal to its power to another creature opponent controls. So two of your opponent's creatures fight each other. But then the ring tempts you. Shouldn't it tempt them? Like what? Or shouldn't the Fellowship be your creatures? It's a little. It doesn't make a whole ton of sense right there.
Yeah, that seems
I haven't
odd.
gotten over it. I haven't gotten over it. Nasty and
Oh, nice. Is that worm tongue stabbing
I believe
Saruman?
you're right.
I can't.
Yes, I didn't quite put that together. Yeah. Gritty. All right. Urukai Captain. Yeah, fire foes. Galadriel. Two different Galadriels, and I
Ooh.
think a third one in the box sets. Scrying matters. That's good. I'm trying to make a Elrond deck that's full of scrying. That'll help. It's Aragorn showing Anduril to Sauron. Love the artwork there. I'm
Cool.
not so fond of
Yeah.
how
Oh, yeah.
they made the swords with this like flat pommel, which I think is kind of lame looking. I love the gemstone, but the flat pommel I'm not a fan of.
Yeah, that's
As a sword
an
expert,
interesting stylistic choice because that's a gladius technically.
right? Yeah, yeah. This guy knows what he's talking about. Gimli counter of kills, which I realized the other day there is a version of Gimli counter of kills and also Legolas counter of kills, and so they have those two those two matching versions.
Oh, that's cool.
There's that other Samwise. Yeah, we're standing over
Yeah.
Galadriel's mirror.
Nice.
Yeah, just really emotional.
Yeah. Understandably.
The Balrog. There are two different
Oh,
kinds. I think this one's the good version. Yeah. When it dies, it
it's
takes
not
an
good
artifact or
version.
creature with it. Yeah, the other one's just not so good. It's a 7 friggin' 5. 7 5, geez. Nice, nice.
That
Oh,
artwork
an alternate
is
art
fire though.
nasty end. Some orcs falling down. All right.
What is
Ah,
okay?
this card saved my ass 4 or 5 times in the pre-release. It's so good. Um, and it
Flame
gets
of
buffed.
honor.
Yeah, right. Well, when he has Gandalf in play, he doubles his effect, right? But I don't think I ever got to play it with Gandalf. I think I had it. I think I had this in my hand when I played Gandalf, and I think that's when the Sauron player was like, "Nope, no Gandalf, never," and took him out. But yeah, that's a great spell for just 3 mana to do all those things. It's pretty good. Michael, who's your favorite character in Lord of the Rings? What would you say?
Oh, in the like character in general, or like specific to the movies or the book, or
Well, this is up to interpretation. What do you think? What would you say if you had
I
to
mean,
ask?
it's really hard to not say Gandalf, uh,
Okay.
just because he's got some of the best dialogue. Like all of my favorite lines from the books and from the movies are stuff that Gandalf says. Uh, so I and with the movies, Ian McKellen is just flawless, flawless.
No notes. Absolutely no
No
notes.
notes, no notes. Completely, he completely ate, and it's ugh,
There he is. That's my boy.
nice.
So
Um,
there are 3 different versions of Gollum. Actually, this is actually not the third one they've seen. There are two different. Yeah, there are two different black versions and then a green black version. Yeah,
is the character artwork consistent between them?
interesting. I think
Like
Magic has a style guide. I think that they send out when to the artists, and so that the world is consistent generally speaking. Um,
Yeah, I'm just
so
curious if any there's any like variance in the character designs from some of these cards, but
only
I'm just
stylistically, I think, just from artist to artist. But I think the general idea, again, they're going with like the movie Gollum sort of style. But again, each artwork, like the this one's a little more a little more impressionistic, and the one that's green black is a lot more realistic. Um,
yeah, yeah.
this it's just Faramir, but I really love this artwork. The symmetry of it and like the light behind it, I think is
Faramir
really nice.
Faramir is an excellent character. He doesn't get enough love, I don't think. what's the actor who played him in the movie?
Oh, it's
He's
such a great question.
phenomenal.
He's
And I was Meg's out of town this weekend, and I wanted to like put on some trash movie while I was drawing last night, so I put on Van Helsing, and I
yeah, that's been
forgot that he
promoted
was.
all over Hulu. I don't know what the deal is.
I don't know either. I mean, it just got added, so I guess maybe that's why. But it's a Big Mac of a movie if there ever was one. But I like all the people in it, so it doesn't matter. Plus, it does have a really good depiction of Frankenstein's monster in that like absurdist kind of way. But that actor, same actor who played Faramir in the movies, he's in Van Helsing. He's like Van Helsing's church sidekick, monk, whatever.
Is he still
Uh,
hella attractive?
oh yeah. Oh, yeah. I think Van Helsing was after Lord of the Rings, and yeah, he's much more bumbling. He's the comic
I could see
relief.
that. He
He's the
gave me a little
comic
Owen
relief.
Wilson in the movies.
He's the comic relief in Van Helsing, and he's really good at it. So, yeah,
That's alternate,
underappreciated character, I think. Boromir too. Boromir gets a lot of shade for
right?
returning, but I don't think the movie does a good job of showing his like no,
Yeah, the
after
struggle.
after he tries to take it. Uh, but I'm a
It's
big
just
fan of
not enough
Boromir.
time. Not enough time
There's
with him.
not. I mean, which is staggering. It's a 3 hour fucking movie, but uh, uh, and it is a little bit better in the director's cut, but or the extended edition, not the director's cut.
Yeah, we need to go back through and watch those. Me and Emily have not had a chance to sit
Yeah,
down and go through them all.
I've been tempted because they're all streaming now.
Ooh, Underill, Flame of the West Extended Art. What do you got for it, Michael?
Ooh. Act now and we'll send you a Ginsu knife that can cut through a tin can.
That's what you're really in it for. How often are you going to be facing orcs? How many often are you going to be facing a tin can? All the time.
I mean, yeah. I most orcs, I'm pretty sure you carry tin cans.
Right? Look at that.
That is
That's
gorgeous though. Fuck.
he
That is
is
very
he is
pretty.
regal as shit.
Yeah.
Nice. And that's what, four down on my list. Shoot. We
Yeah.
aren't even like a quarter of the way through here. This Elrond
Maybe I'm good
picture is
luck.
friggin' awesome. He's just like, are you should be afraid of him? Are you in awe? What is
Ooh.
it? Bridge of
We're getting a little bit
Khazad-dûm.
of camera lag.
Yeah. Another Samwise.
That's my favorite track on the Lord of the Rings soundtrack.
Bridge of Khazad-dûm.
Yeah, that's the one that goes bum 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 ba ba ba, like really, really, and then the drums in the background.
Boom. Sauron.
Oh,
Yep, yep.
that's
Here it
gorgeous.
is. There you go.
That is gorgeous.
Sick. Absolutely sick. I think
Yeah.
this is the monocolored one. I believe the one that my opponent used was red black. So I'm not so familiar with this. Whenever Sauron the Necromancer attacks, exile target creature card from your graveyard. Could he tap an attacking token that's a copy, except it's a 3/3 black wraith with a menace. So exile at the end step unless that token is your ring bearer. So you get something back from your graveyard briefly. So not the hugest swing, but hey, it's a 4/4, and it can be anything. Oh, so okay, it's all right. The red black one is way better. That's true. The multicolored one, way better.
What's the difference?
That one has like ward, and when you put it into play, you can search something out of your deck or something like that. I can't remember exactly, but it's lifting way more than that one is. That one's a support Sauron, right?
A little bit of breakup there in
Backline
the
Sauron.
audio.
It's weird. They
Ah,
they do have 9 different artworks for all the Nazgul, so it's kind of a secret rare. Um, even though it's only listed as an uncommon, I've gotten 2 of those. So that one's kind of like low key. Hey, look at that. Different than the non-showcase version of the same one. This one, I think
oh,
someone
cool.
someone hated like
Oh,
the
wow.
floating shields around him.
That artwork is just really cool. I like fantasy art that steps away from traditional fantasy art,
Mm-hmm.
like design wise. Uh, you know, and I think that the Lord of the Rings movies did a good job of that in and of themselves, and this is kind of just like an expansion of that. Like it's really really good.
Yeah, they have this triangular head thing going on. Did the other movies have this triangular head Sauron thing?
So I mean, he's got in the Peter Jackson, he's got the pillars, the big
Yeah, right.
spikes.
He's
Um,
vertical.
there's lots of angles. His armor is
Hmm.
very angular too, so I can see them kind of maybe trying to use that in interpretation a little bit.
I love this one. Motivated pony. I love it. There's some
One
horse
of my
tribal that's been
nicknames,
happening. Yeah. Well, when your wife is pleased with you, right?
of course.
Whenever motivated pony attacks, attacking creatures get +1/+1. If a food entered the battlefield under your control this turn, untap them and they get an initial +2/+2. So if you feed your horse, good things happen. That's what we learned from this card.
That's the moral of the story.
Bag, and this is a reskin, yeah, of Horizon Canopy, but it's perfect. Selesnya, perfect. And you can sacrifice it to draw a card. Oh, well, it does get sacrificed, doesn't it? When Saruman comes through, doesn't it? Prince Imrahil the Fair. Imrahil, is he from the past or is he from the Third Age?
He's from the first age. He's from or the
Yeah,
second age. He's from the
yeah.
fight with Outrun.
Ah, another Gandalf, the one that I've not seen before. Simic Gandalf. Whenever you cast a spell with mana cost 5 or greater, each opponent reveals the top card of the library. If any of those cards share a card type with that spell, copy it. So steal a card from your opponent if it matches something you're doing. And each opponent draws a card. Or you draw a card. Great. Okay.
All right.
So that's love stealing from your opponents. Doesn't happen as often in Simic colors. So that's fun.
Um,
Not my favorite.
controversial Lord of the Rings question. Have you seen Ring of Power?
I suggested that we watch it, and Emily was not into it at the time, and it hasn't come back around to what do we want to watch. So I am totally into it, but I know Emily will also be into it, but when she'll be into it is the question.
Fair. Second season got teased. They released some screenshots
I
featuring
didn't see
Tom
it. I've been
Bombadil.
watching.
Actually, what are you
Yeah,
gonna
it's
do?
young Arwen, not the big Arwen, but she can scry for you. That's good. Scry supports. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Sting. I have several stings. Don't use much
Ooh.
equipment in my decks, but I really should. I got that Nahiri from March of the Machine Aftermath. That's really likes equipment. So, hey, 2 swords in a row. What do you want? Got an
I mean, I
arsenal in
think
this one.
I think this pack is telling you something.
That's artifacts. That there's a ring in here. That there's a ring in the back.
Ooh.
I swear, if I pull one of those soul rings, I'm gonna fall out of my fucking chair, man.
I hope you do.
Field tested frying pan. When field tested frying pan enters the battlefield, create a food token. Then create a 1/1 halfling creature token and attach field tested frying pan to it. Perfect flavor. A equipped creature has whenever you gain life. This creature gets +X/+X till end of turn, where X is the amount of life you gained, which the food can get you 2 or 3. 2 or 3, one of the two. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. No notes again. This is my favorite Golem artwork.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. The moody, like the ones with the showcase, they all tend to be very moody.
Yeah, I mean, and you can see what's really great about that card too is if you they did it in the movie, they're doing it on that card. It's reflective of one of Tolkien's early drawings of Gollum in the cave.
Oh, okay.
In the movie, when we see, and so he does it in The Hobbit, and then he does it in Lord of the Rings too. But it's in the first move film when they're talking about Gollum. Uh, there's this one shot that shows him out in the cave over the water, and he turns and
Mm-hmm.
looks at the camera. Love it.
My first Bilbo card. Bilbo, retired burglar.
That
When he
dude's
enters leaves the
burning it
battlefield, the
up.
ring tempts you.
He is burning it up.
It's his birthday, damn it.
Solid. I would totally party. I'd party with Bilbo.
And Baradur. Where are we
Ooh.
at here? I think it might be about halfway through here. Still a lot of hope. Still a lot of hope to pull $1,000 card, but not
I
gonna
mean,
not gonna lean too far into
who
that. I'm not
If
going to
you
quit my
do, I'm gonna
job
go
up
buy
that
a
way.
lottery ticket.
Yeah. I've had some good luck lately. I don't expect my luck to continue. Hey, 2 Bilbos in a row. There we go. That's the same one, different artwork. I like that. That artwork he's a little more classic. He's a little
Oh
he's
yeah, I see
hasn't
that.
tied one on quite yet on that one. Nice. There is a there's another Bilbo card. It might only come in the commander decks where it has a you get a benefit if you have 111 life. Uh um which is perfect, absolutely perfect. Lotho Corrupt Sheriff. People like this one. It's pretty straightforward as a commander. Whenever a player casts their second spell, you lose 1 life and get a treasure. Everyone's going to be doing that every turn practically, so we get all those treasures just for life. People like this one. Eomer, King of Rohan, Double Strike. I think underappreciated ability. Double Strike can wreck some shit. There's that uncommon Gandalf I was talking about.
Ooh,
Friend of the Shire.
nice. That's a cool
And
card.
very useful ability. Can cast sorcery spells as though he had flash. Completely upends a complete card type. Yeah, that's Tom Bombadil for you.
Hey!
I got him
Ho ho, howdy hey.
I got the pre-release stamp one of him in the foil non-showcase. But now again the artwork way better on this one. He cares about
God
lore.
Bard.
He cares about sagas. As long as you have sagas in play, as long as he's telling a story, he's happy. Another one of them.
Oh, you got another one of those gallums.
Yeah, he's just an uncommon. I'll see more of him. Yes, this Frodo that actually transforms. He goes from a halfling citizen to a halfling scout to a halfling rogue as you power him up. So he evolves over the course of the game. Very
Interesting.
good, very good. And what did you think of the Hobbit films, Michael?
All
Oh,
right. So The Hobbit is my favorite book of
oh,
of
it's okay. All
yeah,
right.
it's my favorite of his books. It's also just my favorite book. It's the first novel I ever read. So I was really excited about the movies. I think bringing in Martin Freeman as Bilbo is great. Uh, I love the cast in general. I hated all of the stuff they added from Lord of the Rings. I hated all the tie-ins
Oh,
to
the
the
crossover. You didn't like the crossover.
like it just dry it just really made it. I don't know. It just sullied it for me. I didn't like the romance subplot with Keely and Feely and or whichever one and Tariel, a character that didn't really exist. And I get that the book is a total sausage party, and I'm all for like adding some female characters, but it just seemed really tacked on. Oh, nice.
Right.
Are they in Casa Doom? I'm
I
guessing.
want to say. I mean, maybe it could be anywhere.
You did.
No,
You
that
did. The
I like to
warning was
imagine
there.
he's running into the fire in that one rather than running away. I like to imagine he's running in. I saw one more in
I
there.
mean, yeah. I
Enjoy.
will say about the Hobbit movies, that I liked the scale of it. I thought that Smaug was great.
It's
Uh,
a world that
I
deserves scale.
Yeah, like I really did enjoy that. The Battle of Five Armies at the end did not disappoint. I don't really like how they kind of changed things around and they added Azog and all that. A lot of it just really seemed kind of tacked on. But overall, it's still an enjoyable movie. Uh, the extended cut is better in my opinion.
I don't
Um,
know if I've ever seen any of the extended cut of it. I think I
I
forgot
think
that
you
it
should.
existed.
You
Now that I think about it, of course it does, but I don't think I've ever seen
definitely should because of my I can't think of his name. There's a character in Lake Town who's like the sniveling little toady of the leader of Lake Town, and he gets the way he dies in the extended cut is way better than in the theatrical release.
it. And a Nazgul.
Yes.
That's an artwork I didn't have. That's the third artwork I got. Nice. Yeah, these uncommons they still go for about $10. These uncommon Nazgul because they are sort of secret rares. Not my favorite artwork here. His horse is kind of chilling, and he's kind of just like check the sword out, buddy. Like yes, cool, that's great.
Yeah.
So this oh man, Larry's always talking about his friggin' sword for 600 years. He's been talking about this friggin' sword. You see my sword yet? Yes, yes, we saw it 200 years ago. That's the third Sauron I got there. All right, he is in full effect.
Ooh, Merc with bats. 8.
Ah, I have him in the non-foil version.
Ah,
Longest text box in existence, but it's not that complicated. It's really not. But yeah, they got that artwork. Moody, 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 moody. Love it.
the naming of some of these is very interesting to me.
Like with each different version of the card, they got to come up with a different appellation or whatever
Yeah.
for whichever character it is. All right, we got three left here. Got some fun stuff, some interesting stuff. None of the big boys. I still want a ring. Still want a ring. The ring has been extremely consequential in the competitive scene. Absolutely,
I'm
as some
sure.
people say, format warping is is what it is. I didn't think so much about it at first, but then of course other people are going to be much more much more easily much better at breaking cards than I am.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's that problematic if it gets removed from like a play from tournament play.
Oh, they're not going to do that, not for a while at least,
Wow, that artwork is great.
right? Boom, right in the face. Boom.
And in the knee, he got stabbed in the knee and in the face.
That guy's just like he's just trying to steal some of the glory, right? He's like the guy that stabbed Caesar like the on the 25th stab. Like he was already dead at
Uh,
that point, man.
no, that no. I have to no, we got to pause. I got to tell you the story of the artwork of that card because that's from the battle outside of Minas Tirith, and it's when the Nazgul attacks Eowyn and Pippin or yeah, Pippin saves her. Pippin stabs the Witch King in the back of the leg, and then she
Oh,
stabs him in the face because
so
she was protecting him during the battle.
tag team back again.
Tag team.
Orcish Bowmaster is one of the best cards that is in existence right now.
Hey, what's up?
That's you, Michael. What do you got?
Oh, Orcish Bowmaster. Um, funny.
You're your best Harry Carey.
Hi, hi, Andrew.
Hey, does he have Parkinson's?
Now we all
What we know
know
about Harry Carey?
that orcs tend to be a little bit violent. But let me ask you a question. If you found yourself at a picnic and they were grilling up some orc burgers, would you eat one?
Absolutely, I absolutely would, and I would not ask any questions about it. I probably should though, right?
I bet that would taste awful. I bet they would taste awful.
Yeah, so Orcish Bowmaster. This is about $30 card now on the foil version too. Yeah, not complicated, but people use it really well. People really like that card. I'm so thrilled with that. Oh, another Arwen, a third Arwen. Yeah, some of these were coming from the Commander collection that I haven't done a deep dive into. So I'm unfamiliar with many of these. Each other creature you control enters the battlefield with a number of additional +1/+1 encounters on it equal to her toughness, which is only one to start with. So potential. Samwise. Rivendell. That's nice. Add blue or scry 2 if you control a legendary creature. Be useful. Another Flame of Anor. Nice. That brings my total to 3. I'm good with that. Ah, yes. Lost Isle Calling. Heading off to the Grey Havens.
Oh, diminishing into the west.
Yeah, yeah, and pretty powerful if you make it work. Draw a card for each verse counter on it. If it had 7 or more, take an extra turn after this one. So
My buddy Walter over here on the TikTok, Danny DeVito as Frodo. I'm into that.
that's for the
I
sequel, right? When he's in the Grey Havens, right? He's like,
or
this is
like
all it was.
or like no, like I'm into like I think I'd like to see Danny DeVito as Bilbo in the Grey Havens. I know that Frodo goes to the Grey Havens too, but I would rather like to see Danny DeVito with like the curly white hair.
He's basically just doing his doing the It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, sort of like, yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, just fat and happy and and vulgar.
And still scheming. Stew the conies. Okay, I was trying to read that. Like, Not
Oh
potatoes,
yeah,
though.
conies, rabbits.
Stir the rabbits, squealed Gollum in dismay. Spare the beautiful meat Smeagol saved for you, poor hungry Smeagol. What for? Give me your best potatoes.
Potatoes. Boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew. Even you couldn't say no to that.
Crown of Gondor. Not familiar with this one. Quick creature, he gets +1/+1 for each creature you control. So the more you got, the stronger he is. If a legendary creature enters the battlefield under your control, if there is no monarch, you become the monarch. I bought a really nice monarch token at Magicon. So I'm looking forward to actually getting to use that monarch token. So that could help out. There's I'm making a Starscream deck, and he's all about making people the monarch. And so put
Oh
the Crown of
yeah, there.
Gondor and Starscream.
I've seen the Transformers ones too. Just
Ooh,
fun.
which king among more?
Whoa.
Yeah. Whenever one or more creatures deal combat damage to you, each opponent sacrifices a creature that dealt combat damage to you, and the ring tempts you. Discard a
So
card, it
black.
becomes indestructible. Yeah. Punish your opponent for damaging you. They will not think about that again. No.
Oh.
Right? Sad days. Hey! Boom! Boom,
No
boom,
way.
boom, 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 boom. Not the coolest one. Not the coolest one. Not the coolest
But
one.
you
Michael,
got
you got a
one.
one ring for me.
Uh,
Come on. No, no,
Andrew,
you
I
don't fail
know
me now,
I
man.
no, I know that I married you and your wife, but I want you to have this ring. With
Just put it
this
on. Just
ring,
put it on.
I thee beat you at Magic the Gathering.
Oh, whew. Okay.
Gorgeous.
See, I can end this happy. I can end this happy now. So this
Hey.
is the one that came in the bundle. This was packed into the bundles. I don't think it was in the maybe it wasn't in the extended art. But there was like it's a made out like a panorama with a golem card and I think and whatever. That's why the
Oh,
hands
cool.
coming off. You
Yeah,
put the
I was gonna ask if the map, can you put the map together? Does it make the whole Middle Earth?
maybe. I'm sure it does. They may have left out sections because the
Yeah, I'm
sections that
curious.
they've
That's why I
included.
was saying. Did they do
Yeah,
that
like
with the
they
whole?
chose a wooded section for here, so there may be holes, but you could probably, and there are two different versions of each one for each land, so there are 10 different ones of these. So if you can make the entire set out of 10,
Yeah,
all
because I
right,
would
all
imagine
right.
that they. I mean, I don't know. I from my artist brain is like, well, yeah, you could just make like a big map and then just slice it up, or did they do each one individually?
Hmm.
Just
All right,
curious.
last chance for a ring of power, a soul ring of power. Again, the one ring's great. It's great. That's I'm really thrilled with that, but the rings of power are going for thousands of dollars. So you understand, and they're printed in elvish too, so
Ooh,
right, yeah, much cooler. Let's see 5 to 6 rares per pack, so we got 5 to 6 chances to hit on this. Bill Farney,
okay.
Breeze Swindler. Yeah, I don't think I have. I have a bunch of these Samwises, but not this art style or not this this artwork. Right, looking heroic. Facing
Hmm.
down Shelob. Is that when he gets the vial?
Yeah, that's when he takes the Light of Elendil
Mm-hmm.
from because Frodo's been poisoned by Shelob.
Battle of Vial.
Oh God, Shelob. But
Pretty good card too. Turn your opponent's creatures into food. Ooh, that's the Golgari Smeagol in a different artwork. I have it in the standard one, but that's pretty cool.
that is cool.
Yeah. If a creature died under your control this turn, the ring tempts you. Wonder who it was that died. Oh, we forgot. Oh,
Oh
see there's the Smeagol or the Golem
yeah.
that goes with the One Ring,
Oh, that's cool.
right?
My inner, like, I used to collect Topps X-Men cards, and they would do X-Men cards like that, where you'd get the card, and then every once in a while, one of them in the pack would have a back that would create this big, like hollow foil poster.
Hmm.
So that speaks to my nerd heart in a nice way.
Well, that is it, man. It's done. It's done. No Soul Ring. So,
You got
well,
four out of your list, though.
and a One Ring again. It's for
Oh yeah,
the
five.
power of the card alone.
I
Mm.
call that a win, my friend.
It is a pretty good. It is a pretty good win. It is a pretty good win. Again, this is to go about $60-$70 here. And they checked the foil version. I think maybe they were all foil. Maybe the foil version didn't come in the bundle. Maybe that's
Hmm.
what's different about it, perhaps. But yeah, okay. Let's see if we come into another windfall and I can grab another one of these boxes. Don't Google how much I paid for this. Uh,
Oh, I know. Well,
I'm
now I want
celebrating.
to.
I'm celebrating getting a really good gig.
Yeah,
It was
you're
on
allowed.
brand. I could include my best friends.
Thank you. I appreciate being included.
Oh, all right. Well, my friends, that is all I have today. You're going to be seeing a deck that has the One Ring in it at some point sometime soon. I just don't know how I'm going to use it exactly. I only have one, so I guess it's going to go into a commander deck of some kind. Uh, not entirely sure. I was gonna point this camera at me, but it'll be upside down, unfortunately. I don't think your viewers want to
You
get
could have just
vertigo.
rolled with it and been like, "Oh yeah, by the way, I'm a bat."
I've been on the ceiling this entire time. I like to open
Entire
cards
time.
inverted because when a good card comes out, the blood is streaming to my head, and it makes me feel really good when I pull a good.
Yeah, yeah. No, I totally about doing whatever you can to get the brain chemistry in your head right.
And I don't do drugs, so I got to think of something.
I know you got to do something.
Well, Michael, why don't you tell the people what you got going on? What's coming up on Grimstone Gaming pretty soon? What you're doing on Grimstone Gaming right now? Plug away.
Yeah, I appreciate that. So, this I don't know when this is gonna go when they're posting this.
I'll try to edit it as soon as I can.
So
Several
it's
weeks. It's editing takes a long time. I've said it a
No,
couple of times
I
on the
totally
channel.
get it. I
It takes a
totally get
long
it.
time.
So you'll have to go to the Grimstone page to actually see. But what we do is we do alternating streams. So this week, we're at the time of recording this, is a level up stream where I do. Here lately, it's been a lot of map making, and it's kind of just a stream, just hanging out, pretty casual, talking about some of the things that go into prepping my games. Um, and this week, again, at the time of recording, on Level Up, I'm going to be exploring Dungeon Alchemist's latest update. They've added a Feywild pack to their. So Dungeon Alchemist release updates every once in a while that just adds a bunch of assets and styles and designs. And they added this magic pack that comes with like cool artificer stuff and a bunch of like potions and magic and aesthetics to create Feywild battle maps. So I'm going to be just going a deep dive through that. And then next week, again, from the time this was recorded,
So head
on
back in the
Tuesday,
backlog.
we're back into our tabletop turntable with our next session of the D&D 5e campaign that James Downey's running, where we used the Quiet Year, which is this I
Which
don't know
you
if
go
you
back and
are
check
you
that one out. I watched that. It's really fascinating way to build a world. Check that
dude, yeah,
out.
the Quiet Year really just for again, not a sales pitch or anything. We aren't associated with them in any way, but just in terms of like creative tools, the Quiet Year is brilliant for world building. The idea is that the people playing the Quiet Year, you draw cards, and what it is you're playing as a collective group of people, and each of you contributes to how the world sort of grows around you depending on what cards you draw. And you go through the seasons and you play for a whole year. And when winter comes, the frost shepherds come. And that what that actually is very dependent on what your particular game is. But what we did is played a couple sessions of the Quiet Year, and then we started a D&D game 200 years later in the world that we built together. And it's great fun. And yeah, we have some other content coming down the pipe. We're getting ready to relaunch our new version of the End of the Expanse story, character stories anyway. Um, it's a project called Essentia. I guess this is kind of the first official time that I've spoken about it. So there you go. Uh, hey, you lied. You said you were going to be upside down. I'm
That's
disappointed.
it's a different camera.
Oh,
But I
well,
wanted to give you my face at some point.
I appreciate it. I do love your face. Uh, So yeah, the Grimstone Gaming, our whole bit is to try to there's a lot of actual plays, and actual plays are great, and we consume a lot of actual plays, and we play our own actual plays. But our goal with Grimstone Gaming is to one, check out new systems. So we have right now a calendar of games that we're going to be running into. Delta Green is the next one. I'm going to be running Wanderhome, which is this really fun game. I'm probably going to run the Alien TTRPG when the new Alien movie comes out. Uh, yeah, dude. Uh, yeah, I can. I once we're done with the stream part, I will talk to you about the Alien RPG
Oh,
because
I'm gonna be
I
here all night,
definitely want to
Mason.
play.
I'm gonna be here all night.
I yeah, we will be. Uh, but yeah, we at Grimstone Gaming, we want to explore some new systems. We want to also offer gaming advice and help for people getting into the community, getting into the hobby. I'm on TikTok, streaming here on TikTok, and there's a lot of push in the community from people who are just starting out. They don't really know how to GM. They don't really know you know don't know how to wrap their head because getting into TTRPGs can be an overwhelming experience. So we wanted to kind of create a platform to essentially be able to share the games we love, to play some games with each other, to tell stories together, and yeah, it's been pretty cool. It's been pretty cool.
Yeah,
Come hang out.
you guys got a great group together, a great mix of personalities that you have on the stream right now.
It's
And
pretty. I'm